All right, my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I want to talk about switching from Xbox and PlayStation 5 over to PC and just what you can expect if you decided to do that. So, if you guys hold on a second. So, I mean, as you guys know, I started this channel, as a console channel, man. I have a PS5, I got a Series X, I got a Series S, I got a Nintendo Switch. I've been playing console games since I was 5. I'm 43 now. I mean, that is 38 years of basically playing consoles, and man, I really do think, honestly, guys, that this is probably the last generation that I need to buy a console. What I've been doing since I mean, probably for the last few months now, is during these Steam sales or Epic Game sales or Xbox store sales. Well, because there's so many launchers on PC, is what I've been doing is I've been going back and I've been selectively buying specific games from my Xbox or my PlayStation, or just the games that I want to come forward with me on PC, because man, I really don't think that going forward, buying consoles for me is going to be necessary anymore. Like, I'll keep the Series X and the PS5 and the Series S throughout the rest of this generation, and I'll hang on to them after that, because there's games that I bought on those that I'm just not going to be able to, you know, transfer over to the PC or anything like that. So, I mean, I'll technically still basically need those consoles. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. I might get the next gen Xbox if they have backward compatibility, because I have a lot of digital games on the Xbox that I actively like to play. PlayStation, not so much. Most of that stuff I've already beat. They're pretty much one and done games. Don't really care too much about that. But there's a lot of like third party games on the Xbox that I've bought over the last while that I want to be able to keep, that I want to be able to keep a hold of, and hopefully, backward compatibility is still a thing going across all the generation of Xbox with their new console. That I might buy. I might actually buy the next gen Xbox so that I can continue to have access to that, and continue to cover Xbox on the channel. But like I said, like I've been saying for a while, like the Xbox coverage is basically going to be whatever games are Play Anywhere. If the game is Play Anywhere, yeah, dude, I'll definitely cover the Xbox version. I'll cover the PC version. And then, I mean, so I mean, that'll be happy. I mean, I'm not going to completely like move away from console, but yeah, I mean, not this generation anyways. But let's be real, man. Let's be completely real. When you buy a game and you want to play that, and having access to much higher performing hardware makes it so that experience is significantly better. There's really no reason to go out of my way to buy the Xbox version, because I mean, like, think about it, man. I'm still self-funded. I still pay for all of my stuff on this channel, and I just want the best experience possible, and getting a PC and going PC pretty much made that happen. I don't have one game that I can't run on my build, and I'm like, wow, dude, this is absolutely incredible. When I bought the 7900 XT, I was like, yeah, this is a 1440p card, and I was pretty dead set on that. But this thing is surprisingly good at 4K, and it actually has me considering getting a 4K monitor, getting another 32-inch 4K monitor, and given the 27-inch monitor to Junior, so that he can use that for his gaming. Just I want two 32 inches. I want two big ones, and if I get a 1440p and a 4K, to run on this card, I think, yeah, I don't know. See, I'm still thinking about that. I haven't 100% decided if I want to do something like that, but PC gaming has completely transformed the way I play video games. Now I'm sitting closer, I'm on a monitor, I feel like I've got better eye-hand coordination. I feel like my gaming skills are getting better, as before on the TV they were starting to regress. I was starting to become like a mad casual gamer, and and it was getting bad, like getting older and stuff. But I mean, now I've done lifestyle changes. I switched over to the carnivore diet. I'm feeling incredible. I've got energy all day long. I'm able to get up, go to work, come home, still have energy, still being able. I'm actually being able to play a lot more games during the week than I ever was before. So I know that I said that this was going to be like a switching over and stuff, and technically it is. It's kind of like my journey, from console over to PC, and how kind of maybe just explaining what I see my path forward being in terms of that. And so, like I was saying earlier, I'm actively going through and I'm buying like all of these games that I absolutely love on the console, and getting back in there and experiencing those. I'm going to pick up Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Yes, I know I basically have to start that whole game over again, but it's gonna I'm gonna find a day. There's gonna be a time when I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do this again. I'm ready to start from the beginning. I'm ready to move forward through this game and run it. Actually, I think that one's only got a 30 or 60 FPS lock on PC, so I might not buy that one. Actually, I'm not going to buy that one on PC. I've already got it. It's 60 frames per second on Xbox Series X. I'll just keep it there. But there's tons of other games that I've actively been buying, and I've been buying them, pretty. I just bought some more Assassin's Creed. I've already pretty much got all my. I've already got all my Ubisoft collection already up to date on PC. I have all my Ubisoft games there. They're all good to go. All the way from some really early games all the way up. The ones I want, the ones I wanted to have, the ones I wanted to keep in collecting and keep in my collection. Every single Ubisoft game that I love is already there. All of my Xbox first party games are already there because of Play Anywhere. I've went through and I've bought a bunch of my EA games. Right now I'm kind of working on my Call of Duties. I just got World War II tonight. Picked that one up. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to buy Ghosts or not. That one's only $20, but playing like some of them older Call of Duty campaigns, I just don't know if I have the desire to go back through any of those again. I've been thinking about picking up maybe Battlefield 2042. That one's only like $11 or something. These Steam sales are awesome, man. And once you do switch over to PC, like I have, and you start to build your library back up. I mean, because you're gonna have to, man. You've invested so much money in your consoles. If you're buying digital games over there, I mean, if it just sucks, man. I've had to like buy every single PlayStation first party game a second time, and that really sucks. That's why I'm super grateful for Xbox for bringing out Play Anywhere and making it so much easier for me to be able to recollect all the games that I have in my collection. A lot of the other games that I have on Xbox are really, really cheap. Like all the time, you can get them anywhere from like $2 to $20, and be able to add those back into your collection. And the reason why I started doing that is because a lot of these games are absolutely incredible on PC. Being able to max out your settings and have a significantly higher frame rate. Going through and playing those. I made a video yesterday talking about how that is on Forza Horizon 4. Incredible. And Forza Horizon 3 is the same way. Absolutely incredible. Really high frame rate, beautiful visuals, and you just get so much more power at your fingertips to be able to run these games and to be able to experience these like you've never been able to do before. One of the things I want to talk about is right now I've got the 7900 XT. As you know, I bought a 7800 XT and a 4070, and I've been running those. Been swapping the GPUs out every once in a while. I'll be like, all right, I'm going to test this GPU, then that one. What I found with the 7800 XT is it is an absolute monster for running all of my older games and a lot of these newer games. Now, it is pretty much a 1440p card. And that there gives me 1440p at high frame rates, but it does do 4K at 60 frames a second on a lot of these games. But yeah, I am finding myself having to utilize like FSR2 and FSR3 and all of these other technologies or tools that come with the AMD cards to run those. Same thing with NVIDIA. The 4070 does pretty dang decent for the most part. I do find myself utilizing DLSS and frame generation on that card a lot more than I have to with the AMD cards, but it still gives you exactly what you want. And when it comes to sharpness and clarity while using DLSS, you are getting a sharp, clean, clear image. So it doesn't look bad. I mean, you're going to be like, okay, yeah, this looks incredible. So I mean, these mid-range cards, and that's pretty much what you would expect to have to buy to be better than like these consoles and stuff. You want a card, and this is my preference. This is a me thing. It might not matter to a lot of people out there, but my preference is 16 gigs of VRAM minimum. I want to be able to match the two consoles to be able to give that, so that I don't have to worry about anything like that. But you also have video RAM, or you also have system RAM that gets used while playing these games. So the 16 gigs might not be 100% necessary, but I do believe at least 12 gigs of VRAM is going to be like your bottom line that you'll want to go under. I know that I was struggling a lot with that 3080, trying to keep up higher refresh rates with higher resolution. I know that 3080 was starting to struggle, and that is simply purely because of the VRAM. The power to push pixels with the 3080 is there. Like, it's there. It's a 4K card. It's got a 320-bit bus. It just got cut short in other areas, so it wasn't necessarily able to do that. But in my experience so far, the AMD cards have 100% been able to give me above and beyond the console experience with plenty of room to spare. So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, AMD is pretty much all I need. Absolutely. If AMD doesn't have it, then I clearly don't need it. Pretty much. I mean, coming from consoles, it's almost like a linear step. It's literally like having like an Xbox Super Series X or something like that. Like, it really is. Or a PS5 Super Pro. It pretty much is, because you're getting the same technology, you're just getting more of it, and you're getting, a bit better quality. Going from RDNA 2 over to RDNA 3, you're definitely getting an uptick in overall power, like, out of the gate. Like, it is absolutely incredible. The experience that you'll have at first, might seem a little like daunting, be a little bit overwhelming even, but once you get used to it, once you find out where all your loaders are, and if you're not sitting there, downloading a bunch of garbage and all that other stuff, you shouldn't have anything to worry about with any of that. I only use the exact apps that I need. I don't run off and download any mods or do anything like that. I'm not ready for that. I'm not willing to put my only PC in jeopardy of downloading something that I shouldn't have downloaded. So I try to keep it pretty minimal. I don't do a whole lot of, like shopping or any of that kind of stuff on this PC. I just use it for what I need to do with the channel and gaming. And it's been great. Like, I'm not running into a whole lot of problems with it. It's been a pretty smooth ride ever since I switched over to AMD. So I'm really liking that. And the way I look at this is, say you're a gamer and you have enough money to actually get a Series X and a PS5, and that's your thing. Like, you like them both, and you want to buy their games, and you want to play both of their games. That would make you the perfect candidate for upgrading to PC, because you're going to spend about $500 more building out like a higher end mid range, like 7800 XT. 4070 GPU, you're gonna be about that $1,500 range for that, and that's fine. Like, that's perfect. That's more than enough of what you need. Anything above and beyond that, anything above and beyond $1,500 entry level for a PC, that's you being like, no, man, I want to kick off the training wheels. I want to go as high as I can. I want to push as hard as I can. That's pretty much what you're saying. Anything over a $500 GPU and over a $1,500 budget for a new PC, that's going to put you in a way different bracket that's going to put you way above and beyond what these consoles can do. I mean, you're looking at a 7800 XT. That's 37 teraflops of power, whereas the 4070 is about 29 teraflops of power, which is pretty much triple what either of the consoles are. So like you're gonna have the graphics power to push that and get more and be able to get more frame rate, be able to get better looking visuals, higher quality settings, all like the whole 9 yards. Like you should be able to push that pretty dang good and be able to really see what these newer games are capable of. Without having to worry about having 864p at 30 frames a second, or, you know, having to choose or not getting a choice between, you know, performance, you know, with Starfield, you know, getting locked at 30 frames per second. Like you don't have those boundaries anymore. And that's the thing that I think is very important. All of your Xbox controllers will work Bluetooth with your PC. So you can hook it up in your front room and you can run it to your TV and you can still play it pretty much like a console. Yes, there are more steps. There are more steps to getting in there and setting things up and like getting into your games, stuff like that, you know, playing with stuff. I've found that AMD seems to be a lot easier experience to get in there and set up and start playing around. But here's the thing, man. Here's the honest truth. You're going to buy your PC and you're going to be so happy playing around with it and just tinkering with it at first that like it's not going to bother you. Like I know we all say, oh, I just want the convenience of coming home and playing with my game. You're going to want to play with your new toy. You're going to want to play with your new toy. You're going to want to play with settings. You're going to want to see what things do, and you're going to have fun and you're going to enjoy it. You're absolutely going to enjoy it. Once you figure all that out and you've seen what everything can do and you're done, like then it's so much easier. You get in, you set your settings that you've been setting for other games, and then you just get in there and you play, and the experience will either be really, really smooth for you, or you might need to adjust some other things just a little bit. But once that's done, I don't run into a whole lot of games that are really bad. Every once in a while you'll get one that you really want to play, you know, that's going to have some issues. I did run into this a lot, you know, on the 30 series, but since I've came over to the 40 series and, you know, the 7900 and 7800 XT, those problems are a lot fewer and far between. I mean, like, I think the worst couple of experiences lately was when Forza first launched on PC. After every race, it would like kick me out of the game, but then they patched that in, and then so I mean it's been pretty much smooth sailing after that. You know, I mean a few minor frame rate drops, stuff like that, and then what's it called? Gosh dang it, the Ascension one, the Ark Survival Ascension or whatever. That one there too. That one there had some pretty nasty issues, but those are definitely starting to get fixed. It's a lot smoother experience now. Definitely feeling better on the PC. So I mean, it's things like this, you know, things like that every once in a while you'll run into, and they can get frustrating, especially if it's a game you've been waiting for a while. But on the PC side, they usually do fix them a lot faster, especially on Steam. They don't have to wait for like Xbox to approve a patch and stuff like that. So you get patches all the time. Like Lords of the Fallen, that game gets patched. It was getting patched literally every single day. I'd come home and I'd have to download a new update for that game. And I was like, gosh dang, man, this thing is getting pretty ridiculous. But overall, man, going from console to PC is not as big of a freaking... it's not as big of a hassle as you would think it would be. I mean, my advice to you is if you are considering this, and this is something that you're looking at for a next step, maybe you're just getting tired of the console wars, maybe you're just getting tired of the, you know, being locked in an ecosystem that you don't have any freedom. Maybe you're just to the point where you're sick and tired of getting excited for a new game, and then Digital Foundry comes along and 864p's your dreams, and you're just upset and you're sick of that. PC is definitely an option for you. It really is. And it will change the way you play games, and it will change the way you think about gaming and hardware. And after a minute, like it is pretty funny, you know. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it is kind of funny now when I listen to the little console warriors, like the ponies and the Xbox going at each other. I just kind of sit here and looking down from my ivory PC Master Race tower, and I just kind of, I'm like, oh, fellas, if you only knew, if you only knew. And I try to just avoid it because it's like, my gosh, man, these guys are nuts. Because when you think about it, man, like, oh my gosh, man, it gets a lot better on PC. Like it just feels like, honestly, it's starting to feel normal now. You know, like going to 60 frames a second feels a little bit like, ooh boy, man, that's almost like 30 frames a second now. It's like, oh my gosh. But I mean, it's, yeah, dude, like switching over is not the end of the world. There's a lot more freedom on PC, and I do, like, you're gonna enjoy it. Like, you're gonna enjoy it. I mean, you might be intimidated at first, but you're gonna enjoy this. You're gonna enjoy this experience, and you're gonna be like, wow, I wish I would have done this sooner. I wish I would have done this back in the 360 PS3 generation. To be completely honest with you, I wish I would have switched over then, because oh my gosh, man, like playing some of those games from that generation now, I'm like, wow, this is incredible. Like getting on there and playing some Splinter Cell Blacklist. Oh my gosh, man, playing that game at max resolution, max settings at over 165 frames a second, and just seeing how good that game looks at crisp, clean 4K. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely beautiful. And I'm like, wow, man, I really wish that I could have played this like this at launch. You know, I mean, obviously I wouldn't have been able to play it like that at launch. I don't think there was a card strong enough to run that game at 4K, because that was a pretty high quality AAA banger when it came out. And now when you look at it with the newer hardware, and that's another thing, man, the newer hardware just really pushes like them older games. And once you start to see like the uptick in the power and stuff, man, it is pretty good. Now I know I upgraded a lot during this channel, like during this roadmap, but I think I'm pretty set, like in a mid range. I'm perfectly okay with that. I definitely love my 7900 XT, but next generation it'll be just, you know, mid range for both of the cards, or even Battle Mage, whatever, when that comes out. And yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going with this. So, all right, my friends, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And maybe soon I'll put together a video to help you guys, you know, really look for something that's going to be a good quality build for you. Maybe. I just haven't decided to do that yet. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Thank you.